Hello there. So, some days ago I posted a photo on Reddit and it got pretty popular, at least for my standards. I'm not used to this. I'm only using Instagram on my routines, and I get a maximum, I don't know, 200 likes, 100 likes. I follow the same people, try to discover more. They follow me, the same people, whatever. Got very popular, and some of you asked me, how could I shoot this through the window plane? Now what you have to know is that the original photo didn't look that sharp or that colorful, that vibrant. It looked like this. So I thought that instead of answering one by one, I could just make a video, put it on YouTube, and maybe someone can make some use of it. But before you open Lightroom or whatever app you're using, namely Snapseed or Enlight, whatever it is, before you open it, what you have to take into account is that you have to shoot RAW. We shoot RAW because when you shoot RAW, you're able later to bring all that information that the camera took in and turn this photo into something a lot more useful that can be printed or shared or whatever you want. If you shoot JPEG, you will be stuck with a photo that it could be edited and improved, but at a certain point there would be artifacts everywhere and it wouldn't look good. Now in my case, I'm using Lightroom. There we go. I'm using Lightroom because I find it so powerful and I learned to use it on the desktop. Now I'm using it on the iPad. And the crazy thing about this is that I shot from the plane. I took the photos from the SD card with this thing here, put it into my iPad, and edited all the photos during the trip to Vienna. So when I got home, I had all the photos prepared, ready to share or just to look at. So let's go to the photo I just showed you. Where is it? Here. This, as you see, is the edited version of the photo. And what we're going to do is I will first make a copy. It's pretty quick. And then what I'm going to do is to turn it into the imported version of the photo, so the original photo. There we go. Now I don't know you, but what I want is a very sharp photo, a photo where you can see the rocks and the peaks and some haze in between. And one way to do that is simply the dehaze tool. The dehaze tool will look good from scratch. The point is that if you have use of it, as you can see, it doesn't look like good. So before I jump into it, let me tell you in advance what I'm going to do. I'm retouching 2 or 3 things. First, the curve. Second, I'm going to use the dehaze tool. And third, I will probably modify the colors to, pop up the colors that I want and remove the ones I don't want. Let's start by the curve. In the curve, I normally use 3 anchor points. If you see, there is no black, so we could start by the shadows. Midtones. To get that darkness in the shadows. We could go even down. There we go. As you can see, only the curve makes a huge change. Let me show you. Here it is before and after. Before and after. Now, if you see the photo, you can see there is a lot of haze between the peaks. We want to remove some of it. We can use the dehaze tool. And you see that the peaks are now much clearer. One issue that we have right now is that the photo is too blue. One thing I wanted to show when I took this photo was the light, the sunlight actually. During sunset, this was taken at 6:30 in the Pyrenees. So that light was a lot more reddish than it is right now. So I want to bring that red back, and I can do that by going to color, go to the yellows, and bring them back to the tone that I wanted, which is this one. Yellows, also orange towards the red. You can take some of it, luminance, and do the red a bit more vibrant. And with the blue, we will do the exact opposite thing. We go to blue, but I'm going to straight away to take off some saturation. This way, as you can see, the shadows are black or more black than before, and no blue. Maybe here too. Once we reach this point, I'm very satisfied with the result, but I want it to be sharper, because if you check the photo, if you zoom in, you can see that some of the pics are not in focus. This is because I shot with a low speed and the plane is moving fast. I shot with a tele 70-300, and yeah, it's not sharp enough. So I will go to detail and apply a bit more sharpening. Let's see. Another way to create that sensation of focus is to give some, to add more clarity, like that, which is creating actually more contrast, and maybe with more contrast could work too. There we go. Here we go again, before and after. As you can see, the sunlight is still too bright. It doesn't show that orangey or reddish color. So what I would do is to go to the light settings, go to highlights, and take that down. Not too much, not too little, just in the middle. That way, wait a little more. That way we recover the light that we had here at the bottom, and maybe we could push up the shadows. Since it is a sharp shot from the window plane, I would also create some vignetting, a dark one on the sides. Right, that helps to keep on focus on the center, the pics, and maybe also the highlights are up, yeah, a bit more. You could apply a bit of noise reduction. Here we see I apply too much sharpening. There's too much of it. And let's recheck again the colors. Then we can also go into detail. Go here, and we can work on specific areas, like that, this area too, this one, and maybe those here, not too strong, a little bit, that here too, yeah, that should work. And then what we want is to make these peaks to be more sharp. And well, that's basically it. Then we'll just save it, export the original, whatever you want. And we can save actually the settings that we applied there by copying the settings and apply it to other photos. Let me show you some of the ones I took. This one for instance. Maybe I can show you also before and after. That was the before. This is the after. Really like this photo, by the way. This other. Before and after. Well, one more, before and after. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, just feel free. I'm here to answer whenever I have the time. Either YouTube, Reddit, whatever you are.